Hello students. In the last lecture we had discussed about different types of unit systems, different types of physical quantities, and we can say different types of measurement units for length, for mass, and different standard definitions. I hope you had studied about those definitions and you have prepared your notes also. So now let's move to the next thing, that is the methods for measurement the lengths. And right now specifically in this chapter we are talking about small lengths, not the larger lengths. In 11th class you will study about larger length measurement methods. Okay. So the first thing is vernier calipers. So what is a vernier calipers and why we use this thing and how it works? Let's see. So vernier calipers is basically having two scales. One is with a fixed arm, the main frame of the instrument, which is called the main scale. It is having a main scale having a limit of we can say 15 centimeter or 25 centimeter. It depends on the criteria that in which lab you are using it, in school labs or the industrial level. Okay, so it is called the main scale and its one fraction, each division or each fraction, we can say each fraction or division is of 1 millimeter. Means between 1 centimeter, 0 to 1 centimeter is having 10 fractions. So each fraction would be of 1 millimeter. Okay. Another thing is it is having a movable arm on it or movable jaw on it. These 2 points are called jaws. It is called the fixed jaw. It is called a movable jaw. And this movable jaw is having another scale, a smaller scale over it, which is called the vernier scale. And you will see one interesting fact in this thing, and you will see that thing in your book also. And actually, whenever we will be in the school, I will demonstrate with the actual vernier calipers that between the 10 fractions of the main scale, if I talk about the 10 fractions 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on, like this, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Between the we can say 10 also exactly, if I say sharply 9 fractions, between the 9 fractions of main scale, a vernier scale has total 10 fractions. You will be able to count it even, and you can use your book for further demonstration that it will have 0 to 10 fractions. Total 10 fractions of vernier scale. Between the 9 fractions of the main scale. So how can we count its least count? So first we need to understand what is the least count. After that we will be able to discuss this. Okay. So what is the least count? Actually any kind of measuring instrument we always know about the least count. We should know about the least count. Without this it won't be possible to calculate the distance or to measure the distance from that scale. Okay. So what is the least count, and you know it very well. In a general scale, in a normal plane scale, the least count is the smallest distance or smallest length which can be measured by a given scale is called a least count of that particular scale of the instrument. So what is the smallest value you can find accurately by with the help of that instrument is called the least count of that instrument. Okay, so least count is the smallest measurement which can be measured with the help of an instrument accurately. It is called least count. So first we will calculate the least count of vernier calipers. Sorry for the disturbance, actually it is my pet. Now let's back to the point. So we know about the least count. Least count is the smallest measurement which can be measured with the help of an instrument accurately. Okay, so first thing we need to understand that what is the least count and how can we measure the least count for this vernier scale or vernier calipers. So a vernier calipers is having two scales, main scale and the vernier scale. Okay, this arm is a movable arm, this jaw is movable. So you can do one thing, that you will place the body for which you want to measure the diameter, that is spherical body, or for which you want to measure the thickness, that place that body between these two jaws. In that way, said that it is not actually compressing the body and it is not so loose that the body will fall from the jaws. Okay, so you just need to take care of this thing, and you will tie the screw S so that it can be misplaced by mistake even. Okay, after that, first we need to understand that how can we calculate the least count. After that, you will be able to measure the diameter or the thickness of the body. So how can we measure the least count? The generalized formula of least count for the vernier calipers is actually value of one division of main scale minus value of one division of vernier scale. Okay, so this is the basic blueprint formula for least count of the vernier calipers. So we need to calculate the value of one division of main scale and then value of one division of vernier scale. So how can we calculate it? Let's try to derive or simplify the formula. Okay, we are going to simplify this formula, but before that I hope you are understanding this thing, you are getting this thing, and you may copy the content and you may copy the diagram also by pausing the video. Okay, now let's move to the actual formula or actual derivation. So to find out the least count, let's assume its main scale's one division value is supposed to be x. Its one scale division on the main scale is supposed to be x. Let value of one main scale fraction or division equals to x, and we are assuming it is having total number of n fractions. Vernier scale is having total number of n fractions, so ultimately it will have n minus 1, because if it is 10 it would be 9. So let vernier scale is having n fractions or divisions, okay, and also main scale will have n minus 1 fractions. I hope you are getting this. Again I am repeating the assumptions, that we are imagining that the value of each fraction on main scale is x and total number of fractions on vernier scale are n. So ultimately it will have n minus 1 fractions. Okay, so its n fraction, the n fractions of vernier scale are equivalent to n minus 1 fractions of main scale. I would like to write it here. N fractions of vernier scale are just equivalent to n minus 1 fractions of, it will be helpful for you, n minus 1 fractions of main scale. I hope you are getting this. Okay, so I would like to use this thing. So it is having total n minus 1 fractions and each fraction is of x value. So what will be the value of total this length? The value of total this length would be n minus 1 into x. It's simple. Each fraction is having x value and total fractions are n minus 1. So total length or total value would be n minus 1 into x, and that is the length of n fractions. That is the length for n fractions total. Okay, so let's write it. For n fractions of vernier scale, total length is n minus 1 into x. So for one fraction length would be unity method. So n minus 1 into x upon n, and that is the length or value for one division or one fraction of vernier scale. So we have found this. Okay, now I can use this equation or equation first. We can use it. Say, you can see here, we are having the value of one fraction of vernier scale. We are having the value of one fraction of main scale, that is x. So the least count is from equation first. You can see the least count would be value of one division of main scale. It was supposed to be x, minus value of one division of vernier scale, that is n minus 1 into x upon n. Or if we try to solve it, it would become nx minus n minus n plus, so it would become x upon n. The final formula, you can see this thing even in your book. Okay, where x is value of one fraction or one division on the main scale, and n is actually total number of fractions on vernier scale. So that is the formula for least count. I hope this derivation or this formula finding method is very clear for you. Now let's move to the actual mathematical part of this. Means we are going to put the values according to the actual laboratory vernier calipers. Okay, you may pause the video for copying this content also. So let's try to find out the actual least count for vernier calipers. Which is used in our laboratories. Okay, so least count is x upon n, where x is value of one main scale division and n is total number of divisions on vernier scale. So value of one main scale division was supposed to be 1 mm. I have told you already, each fraction on main scale is of 1 mm. So 1 millimeter upon total number of divisions on vernier scale. Total number of divisions on vernier scale are 10, or least count you can say 0.1 millimeter. Right? So the least count of a vernier scale which is used in laboratory is 0.1 millimeter accurate. Okay? Or you can write it into centimeter, 0.01 centimeter. This is the way to find out the least count of a vernier calipers. I hope this thing is very clear for you. Now let's try to learn how can we measure the thickness or the diameter of a given body by using vernier calipers. How can we measure it? So I am going to tell you that what is the method actually for this. Okay, so it is actually a very simple method. So what will you do? I have told you that how to hold this body and how to tighten the screw, and these jaws. Let me tell you about a few things about these jaws. One is fixed, one is movable. You will adjust the body between it in that way so that it is not so tight and it is not so loose. Okay, after that you will tighten the screw, and upper movable jaws are used to find out the inner diameter of a beaker or any we can say containing jar. Okay, you can find out the inner diameter by this. So these two scales are used, or these two upper jaws are used for inner diameter, and these two jaws are used for outer external diameter. Okay, so after adjusting the body between the jaws, you will see about that the main scale and the vernier scale, they are moving with each other. Okay, or you can say the vernier scale is moving over the main scale. So what we will do? Suppose we are getting some kind of this value, that the zero of vernier scale, suppose this is the value, say 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, half fraction, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and the 10, that is 2. That this is the main scale, and vernier scale is lying in that way. Its zero is lying here. Suppose we are just imagining this, that the zero, or suppose it is lying here, Okay, the 0 of the Vernier scale, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this way. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In that way you will see 6, 7, 8, 9 and suppose 10. Okay, so you are just try to focus on the thing that only after 0 only one fraction is there on the earliest one. If it is not more than one fraction are there who are coinciding with the main scale division, so you will choose the earliest one. Okay, otherwise you will see that the fifth fraction is actually coinciding with the fraction of main scale in this Vernier scale we talk about. Okay, so in this Vernier scale the fifth fraction is coinciding with the main scale fraction, otherwise all of remaining fractions are not coinciding. Okay, and if there are more than one fractions are coinciding, you will choose earliest one. So what is the way to measure the reading? The output reading would be in this way, or you can say observed reading. Observed or output reading would be the value of main scale with 0. So it is, if it is not 9 coinciding, so simply the earliest one, the first one. So 1.1 main scale value plus the coinciding value. If I say coinciding value is P, so P into least count. Okay, so main scale is 1.1 centimeter because each fraction is of 1 mm, so you can call it 1.1 centimeter, and plus the fraction is fifth into least count is 0. Or in centimeter you are talking about 0.01. So this is the way. So final answer is, or output reading would be 1.1 plus that would be 0.05, or the final answer is 1.15 centimeter. So that would be the diameter of the given body. So this is the way. Fine, I hope this method is clear for you. And we are talking about error-free, flaw-free Vernier calipers, and what will happen and which kind of method we should use if we are having some kind of flawful Vernier calipers, means which is having an error. Which kind of error? Let me tell you. So to understand the possible errors in the Vernier calipers, let's talk about the Vernier calipers when it is in off state. Off state means we are not measuring anything from it, the jaws are just touching together. So at that time it is called the off state of Vernier calipers. At that time the 0 of the Vernier scale and the 0 of the main scale, they should coincide with each other. 0 of the Vernier scale and the 0 of the main scale, they should coincide with each other. But if it is not happening in your given Vernier calipers, then it means it is having a flaw, it is having an error. So it is called the zero error. Zero error means when the main scale 0 and the 0 of Vernier scale, they are not coinciding with each other. At that time in off state, which state? Off state of Vernier calipers. At that time they are not coinciding with each other. Whatever it is after Vernier scales, 0 is lying after the main scale 0, or the Vernier scale 0 is lying before the main scale 0. Okay, in this way we can say like this, in this way. So that type of error is simply called zero error. So there are two possible zero errors. Obviously if in the off state it is advanced or beyond the main scale 0, so it will give you always an extra value than the actual value. Okay, and if it is just behind the 0 or it is lagging from the main scale, it will give you we can say lesser value, zero error, and we will use a positive sign for it. And this type of error is called negative zero error, and we will use a negative sign for it. Okay, so how to solve these errors? So obviously again we have to calculate the possible zero error by measuring method, which we have used already. That for this, suppose its fourth fraction is coinciding with any fraction of the main scale in off state. We are testing this in off state. So main scale reading is 0 right now. 0 plus fourth fraction into least count 0.01 centimeter. So it would be 0.04 centimeter positive zero error. Okay. In the same way, negative zero error. Suppose its second fraction or its second fraction is coinciding. So ultimately we will use the same method, 0 plus second into 0.01. So or it would be negative zero error minus 0.02 centimeter. So that would be the negative zero error. And how to resolve or how to rectify your answer? So suppose you have observed a diameter of a given body with the help of a flawful instrument which is having zero error. Okay, so you will do one thing, that the corrected reading is equal to observed reading, which we have measured with the help of flawful instrument. Observed reading minus zero error with sign. Okay, so it will be helpful for you that the corrected reading, observed reading minus zero. Why we are doing minus? You know, the positive zero will give you an extra value, so we have to subtract it from the observed reading. Negative zero will give you lesser value, so we have to add it. So I will put simply minus here, and I will use error with sign. So if it is a positive error, so plus minus minus. So we can rectify by subtracting it, because it was giving the extra value. And if we are using sign negative for negative zero error, so minus minus plus it will become. So it was giving the lesser value, so it will be added to get the correct value. So I hope it is very clear for you the bodies are at zero error and how can we rectify this problem. Okay. Now let's talk about another instrument which is more precise than the vernier calipers. It is used for we can say thinner objects, which for which vernier calipers is not sufficient to measure the thickness. For an example, the thickness of a given sheet or cardboard sheet, your vernier calipers is not able to measure this thing. Okay, it is not so precise. So we need to use another instrument which is called the screw gauge. So let's talk about the screw gauge. So if we talk about the screw gauge, in this instrument it is having again two jaws. One is fixed U shape and another one is movable with a screw. Like this. Okay, it can be moved. Like this one. So you will see one interesting fact about this, that if this screw gauge is having two scales again, one is a fixed main scale, this one, another is a circular scale or cylindrical scale which is lying on this cylinder. Okay, So whenever you rotate it, so this circular cylinder will start to move over this fixed scale or the main scale. And I am just not drawing the diagram as if so perfect. So you can see in your books that this scale is a nature of a fixed scale, and this one is a cylindrical movable scale, and due to the movement of this cylinder, the screw moves in a forward direction or the backward direction. Okay. So whenever you want to measure the thickness of a given body, you will just you can tie the body, not so tight, simply adjust the body between these two jaws. Okay. So what is the method to measure this? So let me tell you. This is the simplest way. This main scale again. This main scale is having fractions each of 1 mm. Each fraction is of 1 mm. Okay, on the main scale, and this circular scale or cylindrical scale or screw scale we can call it, it is having 100 fractions. It is having 100 fractions, and usual limit of this one main scale is up to 15 mm, and sometimes it is having maximum range of 25 mm. Okay, so right now we are not focusing over this because the same method will be used, but this time we need to understand a word that is pitch. What is a pitch? Pitch is the linear distance which is traveled by this cylinder over the main scale during its one complete rotation. During one complete rotation of cylindrical scale over main scale, the linear distance traveled is called the pitch. This linear distance is called the pitch, and you can calculate it in a very easy way. So practically when you see that during the one complete rotation of the circular scale, actually it moves only one fraction of the main scale. Means it moves only one fraction of the main scale as soon as it completes in one rotation. Fine. So the general pitch of the screw gauge is actually 1 mm. Okay, 1 mm. I hope this is very clear for you. Now again we need to find out the least count. So and the least count of screw gauge is the pitch upon total number of divisions or fractions on circular scale. Fractions on cylindrical or circular scale. Okay, so the least count we can find out. So least count would be pitch is 1 mm upon 100, or you can write it 0.01 millimeter. See, it is more precise and more accurate than vernier calipers, because it can measure thousandth fraction of a centimeter, while the vernier calipers were measuring the 100th fraction of a centimeter. You can convert it into centimeters. So in centimeters the least count would be 0.001 centimeter. Okay, so it is more precise than the vernier caliper. So you can measure more thinner objects, thickness of more thinner objects as compared to the vernier calipers. Fine. So now what is the measuring method? Same. What is the zero error finding method? Same. Just need to state in the off state, and you should make sure that zero of the main scale and the zero of the vernier scale, or circular scale, should lie with each other. Okay. So measuring method same, main scale value plus least count into coinciding value. Okay, or we were calling it P. So the same method you will use to measure with the help of screw gauge. I hope these two instruments are very clear for you, and I know it very well that theoretically to understand an instrument is so complicated, and I will make it sure whenever as soon as we join the school. So at that time I will demonstrate practically these two steps also. Okay. So this exercise has been completed. So I hope you will be able to solve the questions related to this exercise, and in the next lecture we will talk about the last part